Today I'm going to show you how to locate user data on a Mac. You can do this through the Finder, but the easiest way I found is through the terminal. So we're going to go ahead and hop in there now. By default, most Macs will place you right into the user's home directory. That's the little tilde that tells you where you're at. Also, this here is the name of the computer, and this is the user you're currently logged into. But, let's say they had changed their setting to where instead of placing you in the home directory, it places you in the root directory. So we're just going to go ahead and hop into the root. You know you're in the root when it's got that / instead of the tilde. Type ls, and it'll show you all the different subdirectories. We want our users, it's right here. So now we see all the users on this computer. There's me right there. Let's go ahead and hop in. So we're right back into the home directory. In order to view hidden files, a lot of the system files will be classified as hidden. You can add the -A attribute to your ls, and all the ones with a period in the front are the hidden files. This, of course, if they just put a dot in the front when they save something, that could classify it as a hidden file, and it's ways though that it won't be seen when you first, pull up the Finder, whatever. It's a good way to, if you don't think to look there, you won't see it. Another thing that's important is the resource forks. So if we want to look at the resource, because that's unique to Mac, if we want to look at those, we're going to use our /A again, so it's going to include all hidden files. L, which is the long modifier to show us the complete file name with attributes, and the @ symbol will show any of the file system attributes that are added to the files, including if a resource fork exists. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, unfortunately, from what I understand, most Macs no longer use resource forks. That was actually phased out around OS X. But if there was one, if you see how like the .ds store has this little attribute down here, com.apple.finderinfo, if there was a resource fork for that file, right where com.apple.finderinfo, or right beneath it, it would say com.apple.resource, and that would be the attribute saying, hey, a resource fork exists, and then you can go ahead and pull that out. Another useful type of data you might want to look for is browsing history. The biggest clue to what browser they use is what's saved on their desktop. I've got Google Chrome. So next what we're going to do is, in order to look at our browsing history for Chrome and Firefox, what have you, is we're going to want to hop into our library subdirectory. So I'm going to hop in there. And then we want application support within the library folder. In order to go into that folder, we have to put it in single quotes because it's got the space in the middle. And it'll yell at you if you try to do it without the quotes. So now we're in application support. Now here's where you'd want to look for your different, your different browsers. We're using Google Chrome. There's Google right there. But if I was using Firefox, that's down here. So we're gonna hop into Google. All right, and here's Chrome right there. Now there are some things here, like some cookies, whatever, but this is, the surface. If you want to go in and see the actual browsing history, I believe you can even access keychain, their passwords, all sorts of good stuff. So we're going to want to hop into default. So that one right there. So see default. Okay, and now that we're in here, we've got all sorts of goodies. We've got cookies, bookmarks, history, their last session, their last tabs, what they were doing the last time they were on Google Chrome, as well as their history from, I'm not sure how far back they keep it, but definitely far enough back as you need, you'll have your history. But, other than that, it's, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else you'd really want to find unless you were looking for something specific. Because, you know, if you're looking for your movies, if you wanted to find a document, a picture, whatever, you know, you're going to be looking around in those folders. But other than that, that's everything.